Good morning, Steve Zonardo here with Remax Treviso North Realty. Happy Monday morning. Quick update on the current inventory. Again, we're going to be calculating these a little different, just what's active listings, no conditionally sold or anything of that nature that brings up the numbers of units on the market higher than what we want to report. So this is currently 27,151 units, and last week was exact same. Is that crazy? Last week was exactly 27,151 units. The only thing that changed was the actual condos. Condos are 11,176 this week, and last week was 11,185. And it kind of shifted between the non-condo market as well. So it's the exact same inventory as last week, which is cool. And the amount of sales that have closed in the last 7 days are 1,080, and last week was 1,085. So the sales are robust. Again, we're feeling it as well as a business. We're selling, buying and selling for clients. When is the slowdown going to happen? I would imagine July, August, you're going to start seeing that pushback. Obviously, kids coming out of vacation. We're experiencing that now here in Florida. In June, it's very, very quiet because our kids get out of school end of May, like June 1st was the last day of school. And so we have a big slowdown here, and I would imagine up north would be the same as what we're feeling down here as well. But that's also a good opportunity to take a rest and reprieve, right, and rebuild what's currently going on. I want to talk about one thing right now that's happening with these condo buyouts. It's interesting because I talked about this back in the day where Canada was looking like Europe, right? Where we have family in Italy and they never own anything, and they're on a rent-to-own program. I think my mom's brother, which is my uncle, leased to own until he's dead, right? This is what was reality. So leased to own for 40 years, and now like the Canadian government, the federal government's looking to obviously help out the developers. It's a buyout. I mean, what are they selling these units at? Bulk pricing, is it going to be more than what they would have been selling on the open market right now? I would imagine yes. So the builders are going to have, they're going to get bailed out basically, so they don't lose anything. So, and they're also going to make some money. So that's obviously who gets punished on this. It's the taxpayers. It's obviously our money that's getting used for builders that have overbuilt in a market which they should have known where the market was going. You kind of look at all these builders, we've had experiences with them as well, where we knock on the door, it's this beautiful palace on the outside, all marble and everything. You get inside and it's empty. And you're like, what the hell's happening here? Who's making decisions? How is this business even operating? We always look at our businesses that, we're always building on the fly. We come out with an idea and it's like, I just throw it out there like a crazy man, and then we build it as we throw it out there, because you'll never get it done. And then we realize that's basically how every business is operating, also including the government. They'll just spit things out and then just build it up as they're going. That's even like the HST situation that the government's supposed to kick back the HST and all these properties. Still no clarity on that. Still no clarity. We're closing deals based on that, some of them, and it's like, you need to talk to a lawyer, because we can't take the onus on this. We don't have any understanding. We don't know how this is going to work. Is it going to come to fruition at the end, or are you going to get back your HST money? I don't know. We have no one knows. And if they say they know, they're full of shit. I got to be honest. But going back to what Canada is going to look like in the future, and I mentioned this prior to leaving, and it's probably one of the clear indications, because we want to obviously get into a place where you can do future investment and stuff like that, and that's why Florida, we felt, is always going to be the best place for us. But if you kind of look at, I'm going to bring in an article, and this is scary because this is Canada. This should never be even a concept, especially government, where it says here that the Canadian government's going to be buying these units, 2,200 units, vacant condos that they can't sell. Clearly, the builder missed it. He missed the mark. He should not have put a shovel in the ground. This is their fault. Who's in charge of their department of building? Should they not have read the market and put a stop sign ahead of it and let's just not build because the market's not looking great right now? No, they built. So these guys are in huge issues right now, because I don't care how much money you have. When you got 2,200 units that are not sold and are sitting vacant, that is a bankruptcy for anybody. I don't care how large they are, because ultimately they have a lot of money coming in from investors. Investors want their money back. This is a lot of pressure. We've seen larger companies in the United States go bankrupt for having the same issue. So what the government's going to do is they're going to be buying these units with 10% down, and then the BC, British Columbia, is going to be footing the rest of the bill, which is taxpayers' money. And this is what scares the shit out of me, because they're going to create a framework from rent to own. So this is again like Europe, and this is again, Canada had opportunity to had great flight up to into the Harper government, and then obviously when it the last administration, that's all liberal. It is what it is. Is it a different liberal government? Maybe, maybe not. But ultimately, it's what it's caused for Canada is currently a liberal government, and what we're seeing now is based on a liberal government. So they're going to be buying these units, and they're going to offer to Canadians under a rent-to-own framework. So basically, you're never going to own it, and the government's going to own it, and you own nothing. That's basically it. So that's a European mentality, and that's where that's going. And I feel like that's going to happen to even like a lot of the properties. That's why we sold out our investment properties. That's why I advise clients to sell out their investment properties. If it doesn't make any sense, if you can't make anything else out of the rental property, like it's a mom and pop townhouse or a semi-detached or a small detached, whatever it is, get rid of it. Small commercial unit, get rid of them. They're useless, right? And especially in the future, what's currently happening right now. If there's a piece of land, you can kind of turn it into something, hold on to it. Clearly, we don't know, maybe 5-10 years, something comes back, it's a potential. But currently right now, it's just a waste of money, to be honest. You're just wasting money. And you may not feel it, but if it's depreciating daily, if your properties are depreciating daily, you're being robbed daily without you even knowing it. You're just basically doing your same thing, you're collecting your rent, maybe it cash flows a little bit over where your expenses are. And we know where expenses are going now with inflation, especially the gas price and stuff like that in Canada. Like, you're going to be plateaued, and you're also depreciating. So it's to me, I almost panic when I feel like I'm underwater when I hear stuff like that, and I have ownership of something that's going to be underwater. To me, it feels or like it's it's depreciating daily, and I have an opportunity to sell and cash out and still have money coming on top of that. That's how you swim to the shore and survive. You can't just hold on to these things and just be drowning every day, because it doesn't make any sense. But that's pretty much it on the market. Again, buying and selling, if you are looking to upgrade, it's always going to be a great opportunity, because the bigger houses are falling more in value than, let's say, the smaller homes like towns and semis. It's always a theory. It's always the gameplay when the market's like this, but at the same time, you just got to be cautious as well, because how long do you want to stay in that property? You got to make sure you can afford it. We're building models, obviously, for clients as well to have a better understanding of their affordability going forward, because if you look at even the condo market, there was another article and it mentioned that how long it's the lowest amount of condo sales literally in the last 10 years was last month, and I think there was only 20 sales, something pretty nasty. It was pretty 200 sales, condo sales in the month of May. Think about it, that's crazy. And for low-rise construction is around 800, so that's doing a lot better than high-rise, and it's crazy. I don't know how these developers are going to make money. And also the job loss is always my thing, because I think even Canada is holding up a lot stronger than what we thought it would, especially in the market, real estate market and employment. It's fighting, to be honest. It's almost like it's got an amazing immune system and it's fighting it, but you can see the weakness is starting to get tired, and once it gets tired and it can't fight this disease anymore, it's just going to fall like the rest of every economy, unless there's some massive stimulus package. But you know who gets a stimulus? It's those builders that missed the punch and literally overbuilt in a market that we all knew. If I have this much resources and I called the market that was crashing, and there's don't put any more money in the market, take it out as fast as possible. If I can do that with the limited amount of information I have, how does a multi-billion-dollar company with hundreds of employees can't figure that shit out? It's embarrassing, to be honest. And those are the people that are going to benefit from stimulus. It's not going to come back to the middle class and the lower class. It's impossible. It never does. So we'll play it by ear anyway, and we'll keep you posted on the next ones. Have a great day, guys. Ciao.